Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone, from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, just want to get into a lesson, whether or not, someone can eat, some turkey dinner. You see, and the simple answer, okay, is yes, you can. Okay, as long as it's lawful to eat, it doesn't go against the dietary laws, and you thank Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai, for the food, you eat it, and you keep it moving, man. You can eat it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong, okay, with having some turkey, okay, and yams and whatever else you're gonna eat, as long as it's lawful, and it doesn't go against the dietary laws. But let me go to the book of 1 Corinthians. Let's go to the 8th chapter, and I'm gonna start at the top. I'm gonna read it. Actually, I'm gonna read it in the King James, and then also in the NLT. It says, this is verse 1. It says, "Now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge." It says, "Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth." It says, "Now regarding your question about food that has been offered to idols, yes, we know that we all have knowledge about this issue. But while knowledge makes us feel important, it is love that strengthens the church." See, so, those that are stronger in the faith, they're going to have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, when it comes to this issue, when it comes to whether or not we should be able to eat, okay, turkey dinner or not. Then you're going to have some, okay, that are weaker in the faith, okay, that are not as strong, okay, it might bother them. See, it's going to bug them just because, they call it Thanksgiving dinner, because, we know, that's it's a pagan, so-called holiday, and we know the truth, what these devils did, to our brothers, we know these things, you see. But let's go to verse 2. It says, "And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing. It says, yet as he ought to know." It says, "Anyone who claims to know all the answers doesn't really know very much." It says, "But if any man love the Most High, the same is known of him." It says, "But the person who loves, okay, Yahweh, the Most High, is the one who the Most High recognizes." You see? So what does the scripture say? It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. So, when you do eat, okay, whether it be a turkey again or whatever it may be, as long as it's in accord to the dietary laws and it doesn't go against, the foods that are unlawful, okay, you got to eat lawful food, man. You can't be eating, pork and shellfish and shrimp and things of that nature, man. The law, statutes, commandments, okay, are still, in effect, man. Although, we rehearse the righteous acts, you see. But let's go to verse 4. It says, "As concerning, therefore, eating of those things that are offered to sacrifice," so like, "as concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know an idol is nothing in the world, and there is none other power but one." It says, "So what about eating meat that has been offered to idols? Well, we all know that an idol is not really a god, and that there is only one power, and that's Yahweh." You see, those that have, that are strong in the faith, and we know that, these idols are nothing, man. Whether it come to, Buddha, Allah, or, whoever, so-called, so-called white man, Jesus Christ, man. You see, these are all idols. It says, "For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many." It says, "There may be so-called gods both in earth, both in heaven and on earth. And some people actually worship many gods and many lords. See, and that's true. Again, they're worshiping Allah, Buddha, white man Jesus, or whatever it may be, man. There's so many idols, okay, that these people that are in the world, they worship. It says, but to us there is one power, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in Him, and one Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, by whom all are all things, and we be by Him. You see, it said that we know there is only one power. Those that have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay, those that understand this truth. It says, but we know that there is only one power, the Father, who created everything, and we live for Him. And there is only one Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, through whom the Most High made everything, and through whom we have been given life. See? Why? Because Yahweh, okay, He used Yahweh Shai, okay, and the angels, to create all things. But through the blueprint of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, look, it says, howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge. It says, for some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol. It says, and their conscience being weak is defiled. It says, however, not all believers, know this. It says, some are accustomed to thinking of idols as being real. So when they eat food that has been offered to idols, they think of it as the worship of real gods. See, and their weak consciences are violated. See, you're going to have some that are weaker in the faith, man. You see, just because, it's so-called, Thanksgiving, they get offended, because, you may want to eat some turkey or yams or whatever it may be. You see, because they don't have that strong faith to understand, that it's just food. You see, it says, but meat commendeth us not to the Most High. It says, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. It says, it is true that we can't win God's or the Most High's approval by what we eat. It says, we don't lose anything if we don't eat it, and we don't gain anything if we do. See, just because you eat it, if you eat it, okay, or you don't eat it, that doesn't make you, part of the remnant, man. That doesn't make you part of the elect number. You see, or whether you choose to eat lamb, okay, instead of turkey, or whatever it may be, man. Okay, whether you eat it or you don't eat it, it doesn't change anything. You see, it says, but take heed lest any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. It says, but you must be careful so that your freedom does not cause others with a weaker conscience to stumble. So you got to be careful, especially, if you're out with a brother or brothers, okay, and then, you want to partake in, eating some turkey, if it bothers them, you got to be careful with that, man. It says, for if any man see the which has knowledge sit at meat in the idol's temple, should not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which therefore offered to idols? It says, for if others see you with your superior knowledge eating in the temple of an idol, won't they be encouraged to violate their conscience by eating food that has been offered to an idol? So it's gonna bug them, man. It's gonna bug them because they see you eating it, man. And their conscience, they're thinking that it's wrong. Okay, it says, and though thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish, for whom the anointed died. So because of your superior knowledge, a weaker believer for whom the anointed, okay, who is Yahweh Shai, died will be destroyed. So it's gonna bug him, man. It's gonna destroy his conscience, man. You see, it says, but when we sin so against the brethren and wound their weak conscience, ye sin against the anointed, okay, Yahweh Shai. It says, and when you sin against other believers by encouraging them to do something they believe is wrong, you are sinning against the Lord. So, you shouldn't encourage them, to eat it. Okay, you shouldn't, poke at them, to just go ahead and eat. Okay, just because you know and understand, that it's okay to eat it. You see, because it's gonna bug them, man. It's gonna destroy their conscience. It says, wherefore, if meat make my brother to offend, I will eat no flesh while the world standeth, lest I make my brother to offend. And so it says, so if what I eat causes another believer to sin, I will never eat it again, as long as I live, for I don't want to cause another believer to stumble. See, so just because, in our conscience, it doesn't bug us, because we understand, as long as we, pray over it, as long as it's lawful to eat, okay, we shouldn't be, trying to force somebody else, okay, that's weaker in the faith, okay, to eat something that's going to bug them, that's going to make them think that they're going off, you see? But, let me go to the 10th chapter, and let's go to this is for 1 Corinthians chapter 10, and let's go to the 23rd verse. It says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. It says, you say I am allowed to do anything. It says, not everything is good for you. You say I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. You see, just because, it's not against the law, okay, to go ahead and eat the turkey, okay, that doesn't mean that we should do it, especially, okay, if we're, with a brother or brethren, okay, that's going to bug, you see, because it's destroying him, man. It says, let no man seek his own, but every man another's wealth. It says, don't be concerned for your own good, but for the good of others. See, so you got to think about, you got to think about your brethren, man. You got to think about, especially, like I said, if you're with a brother or brothers, and you got to think about them. See, you can't just be concerned about yourself, okay, even though that it is lawful, okay, for me to go ahead and have some turkey and yams, and whatever. Again, as long as it doesn't violate, the dietary law. It says whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat, asking no question for conscience sake. It says, so you may eat any meat that is sold in the marketplace without raising questions of conscience. See, again, as long as it's lawful, okay, as long as it doesn't go against, the law, statutes, commandments, okay, against the dietary law. It says, for the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It says, for the earth is the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's, and everything in it. It says, if any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, ask you no question for conscience sake. It said, if someone who isn't a believer asks you home for dinner, accept the invitation if you want to. It says, eat whatever is offered to you, without raising questions of conscience. So again, as long as it's not pork, or shrimp or something that goes against the dietary law, hey, eat it. You see, because look, if you're invited to a Thanksgiving dinner, okay, whether it's an aunt, your grandmother or whoever it may be, a friend, family member, it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and eat. You see, but if you have a brother with you, okay, or brothers, and it's gonna bug them, hey, then you shouldn't eat it. You see, it says, because look, the majority of your family members, hey, they're unbelievers, man. You see, they're unbelievers. They don't have this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. It wasn't given to them. You see, so they're gonna be in that Thanksgiving spirit. See, but you shouldn't be. You just go, you eat, you thank Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for the food, you pray over it, you eat your food, and again, you just keep it moving. It says, but if any man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols, eat not for his sake, that shoot it. It says, for conscience sake, for the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It says, but suppose someone tells you this meat was offered to an idol. It says, don't eat it out of consideration for the conscience of the one who told you. It says, conscience, I say, not thy own, but of the other. For why is my liberty judged for another man's conscience? It says, it might not be a matter of conscience for you, because you know, hey, that you're not going off. Okay, so it's not about you. It says, but for the other person. So again, if you're with a brother or some brethren, and it's bugging them, hey, that you're having some some Thanksgiving dinner, don't eat it. It says, for why should my freedom be limited by what someone else thinks? I said, well, why should it matter? Why should it matter? But it's going to tell you. It says, for if by grace be a partaker, why am I evil spoken of? For what which I give thanks. You see, it says, if I can thank God for the food, or if I can thank Yahweh for the food and enjoy it, why should I be condemned for eating it? See, I'm giving thanks. I understand that, hey, this is lawful food. Hey, why should there be an issue? Okay, but if it's bugging your brother, okay, then, hey, man, you shouldn't eat it. It says, whether therefore you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of the Most High. And so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all for the glory of the Lord, Yahweh. It says, give none offense neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of Yahweh. It says, don't give offense to Jews or Gentiles or the church of the Lord Yahweh. It says, even as I please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved. It says, I too try to please everyone in everything I do. It says, I don't just do what is best for me, I do what is best for others, so that many may be saved. You see, so if you're with a brother or brothers, and it's bugging them, hey, that you're gonna eat some turkey or yams again, whatever, as long as it's lawful. If it's bugging them, then don't do it. You see, but if you're by yourself, and again, if you're invited, to have some, some turkey dinner, hey, man, go ahead and eat it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with eating it. Again, as long as the food is lawful, as long as it doesn't go against the dietary law, hey, you can eat it. Just eat it, pray over it. And again, like I said it before, just keep it moving, man. You're not going off. So Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. We'll close out and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Badash, and double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone, from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.